And welcome back to the Sports Source, the segment of our program brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Folks, it is time to start driving away the fall invaders. When daytime temperatures start falling into the mid to low 80s, that is the right time to start spraying for stink bugs, ladybugs, and box elder bugs. Let Southeast Termite and Pest Control take care of these critters before they invade your home. I use this service from these guys every year, and it has made a world of difference in terms of the number of ladybugs. I used to be just, my house turned into like a 5-year-old girl's room. There were ladybugs everywhere, except they weren't drawn. They were real. Really? Then I called these guys, no more ladybugs. Yeah, now they're just drawn. All right, welcome back. Now I just have ladybug wallpaper.
There you go.
All right. The NCAA has said that fall sports athletes can return. All right. Now, they did this in the spring as well due to the COVID situation, and a lot of smaller schools can't afford to do it. Wisconsin, the University of Wisconsin, Power 5 school, big budget, came out and said, we can't bring them back. Philip Fulmer and UT said, we're bringing them back. Now, he sees a little bit more writing on the wall, UT does. They realize they're going to lose $30 to $40 million minimum this year. I don't know that they could afford to bring back spring athletes and fall athletes on top of it. I think we would all agree that if you've got the room, you should bring them back. But reality is a little different from that. If you got a guy that wants to come back, and he wasn't that great,
Yeah.
and you got a freshman coming in that you promised that spot to, what should UT, what should schools do in terms of these kids coming back? Is it going to fall along the last segment's line?
I'll take it because I think right now is a situation where people have to understand the evolution of college athletics. I mean, all these years, when we played, you had maybe 3-4 games on per time slot for national coverage. That's it. Now you've got 50-60 games on for television coverage. All this money that's been put into these athletic programs, all these millions of dollars these athletes have generated for these universities. And back when we were young, we were all taught to save something for a rainy day. It's COVID-19 raining now. And you're dealing with young people's lives. If you said that you're going to pay for another year or they could opt out, you have to do it, period. In the discussion, the amount of revenue that has been generated by college athletics over the past 20 years has been enormous. It's just like the record game, the entertainment game back in 99, 2000, when the record industry saw this huge loss in dollars because of downloading music. No more record stores. We don't see Tower Records anymore. We don't see these things. But the record industry found a way to continue to progress and make money. But they did it differently. Now it's time for the NCAA to get different. Operating off these antiquated rules that were made pre-World War I, it's time to evolve.
It'll be interesting to see how coaching salaries are impacted because a lot of money goes back to these head coaches.
Oh, man.
And then also it'll be interesting to see that money usually goes to new facilities, which is just part of the recruiting war. Do people get a little bit more stingy with their new facility races moving forward coming out of this and put more money away for these types of things? All right, you got 60 seconds, Daniel.
All right. Simply, if you care about player safety, the safest place for those players to be is in there with the training staff where they got all the tools that they need. They've got adequate testing that's faster than what I can drive on the street and takes me 3 days to get. And so if you care about them, you bring them back. And on the money point, get rid of some of your vice chancellor provosts of second fiddle, and you might have a little extra money to put back into to the kids if your overhead's not so high.
People's generating it.
Yeah, here's where it bothers me. I'm a father. I've got a daughter that's a sophomore as a softball player. She's got the ability to go play college somewhere. Scholarships are going to be farther and fewer for those athletes because they're all going to be spent on them. Right? It's a mess. There's no way to handle it correctly. If you want to honor it, you got to honor them all. You can't pick and choose which ones it is. If you don't honor it because of financial situations, I get it. But what your big football program that generates all the revenue is going to affect all the small sports. We're seeing schools left and right cancel bazillions of sports, right? So they're down to 3 or 4 sports now. So it's a financial mess, but if you honor it, you got to.
Yeah, it seems if you're going to honor it, you need to honor all of them, but I don't know that that's going to be the case.
I don't think it will.
No, I don't think it will either. All right. When we come back, let's talk about players getting more power. They are getting more power. They're getting paid. They don't have a union, but it's going in that direction. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? We'll ask these former athletes that question. And I have a feeling I know where that one's going. Come on back on the Sports Source.